And good evening, I'm Sean Green with the CBC Sports. Well, Barbados got off to a winning start at this year's Junior Volleyball Caribbean Championships in the Cayman Islands. They defeated the U.S. Virgin Islands in 3 straight sets, 25-18, 26-24, 27-25. Jabari Goodridge and Captain Ramon Blades were the outstanding players for Barbados. Now, in their next assignments, the Bajans, they will take on Trinidad and Tobago on Monday. A wet outfield has forced the abandonment of play on the second day of the second round of the regional WICB Under-19 Championship match between Barbados and the Leeward Islands in Guyana. Neither was there play at the border ground between the host and Jamaica. However, in the other game, the Windwards were dismissed for just 121 against Trinidad and Tobago, who scored 271 in their first innings. The Windwards, batting a second time, closed on 59-4. On the international scene, England finished day 3 of the first test against India, 193 runs ahead with 10 wickets in hand at Lord's. After scoring 474 for 8 declared, the home team restricted India to 286 on the back of an unbeaten 103 by veteran Rahul Dravid. Stuart Broad was the most successful bowler with 4 for 37. Now, England will continue their second innings from 5 without loss. Here are some of the highlights.
A wicket, he'll be thrilled.
That's nicely played. Very straight and nicely timed. 4 runs. Well, finally he finds a gap. Will run down the hill. Into the boundary now. So Rahul Dravid off the mark with a sweet little boundary. He's dragged it on. McCunn will stay on 49. He won't get to 50. He's livid with himself, as well he might be.
Oh, that's a good shot. Indians will be hoping that's the first of many. Good shot again. Well timed. Brings up the 100 for India.
So he gets 4 runs for that.
Not sure he can play him like that.
That's as good as it gets.
Now that was deliberately played and nicely played. There was just a lot more control. He didn't seem to be rushed. In swinger and well played. Dravid saw it, got into a good position and got enough bat on it to take it to 4.
That and look for the cut shot and find the cut shot and get a boundary. Edged and taken a pink. Tendulkar's gone, the change to Broad's worked.
Somebody's been in Broad's ear, picks the ball up. Wonderful piece of bowling. Not going to miss there. Oh, out there. Oh, he's found him. He's flicked it straight to him. 2 overs on the trot now at Ishan Sharma. Big edge, and he's gone.
The Barbados blind cricket team returned home yesterday after a not-so-successful outing at the regional blind cricket competition in Jamaica. The team finished on the bottom of the table and was unable to register a single victory in both the 40-over and 2020 formats. And coach Brian Corbin says the team's downfall was in the fielding.
Losing a lot in the field. We did a lot of overthrowing of balls and not backing it as I would like. And when the pressure was on, we crumbled more often than not.
Were there any positives that we can take from the tournament still?
Well, we have the West Indies are shortlisted the 25-man squad to participate in the World Cup in 2012, December 2012, and we have 5 players in that 25-man squad that's going to be preparing for that tournament.
Now, in paving the way forward, Corbin says much concentration will be on team fitness.
As a coach, I want to see my team much fitter because the cricket is very competitive, and especially when you go into other Caribbean islands, the sun is very hot. So the fitness level needs to improve, so the concentration level will improve.
The Barbados Rally Club hosted its second Barbados Historic Rally Carnival across 3 stages. Pickering's in St. Lucie, Canefield in St. Thomas, and the Sailor Gully in St. Peter And it was at the latter stage that CBC's Anne-Marie Burke and the crew took in the action.
When you see cars like a TR6 Triumph or a Sunbeam Alpine, or how about a Porsche 928, you know that this rally is not your typical rally. For the second year, the Barbados Rally Club's historic Rally Carnival hit the roads. As the echo of the cars approached, you knew it was something well-tuned coming your way. Leading competitors in car number 1 was last year's defending champions Greg Cozier and Jamie Marsh, making the Escort Mark II here. Those who follow international motorsport will know of the McRae dynasty, while Jimmy McRae, 5-time British rally champion and father of world champion drivers Alistair and the late Colin McRae, was in the mix. Another of the British contingent, Ian Tudhill. And the man who vows to never miss an opportunity to drive a rally in Barbados, Martin Stockdale, still in the BMW family, but this time piloting a 320. And then some familiar local boys, Nigel Rees, Andrew Skeet, Geoffrey Elliott, Short McCleary, and not to be left out, Drift Master Andrew Jonesy Jones. The Escort family was in full force. Then there were the drivers who are not competing for big honours but who came out for the fun. Roger and Barry Mears out to all as usual. And the Cumberbatch brothers who were settling a little rivalry of their own, Sammy and Owen. There is still much time left for you to get a peek at the cars who paved the way for what is rally of today, as the historic rally is set to go well into the late hours. Actually, the last car should complete the stages by midnight. Anne-Marie Burke, CBC Sports.
The Pinelands community is on the mend and efforts are underway to bring residents closer together through the sport of football. Damien Best has the details.
For a while now, the Pine has received its share of negative publicity for all the wrong reasons. But thanks to the efforts of the Pinelands Soccer Academy, that trend is slowly changing. The Academy has organized a tournament called Soccer Sundays involving 2 groups. One from Parkinson Field called Dungeon and the other from Regent Hill called Academics. Residents say the tournament, which has been running for the past 2 Sundays, has sparked unity in the community.
They got enough youths coming up and everything. You want your youth in a all-set community, you know what I mean? So you want your youth in a good community, you know what I mean? Come up good, live good, everything. So you know that way sports is coming. You tell your job, be a studying a player, you know what's having a job.
Now that the community spirit is back on track, residents say finding employment is key to maintaining that positive vibe.
We want back the vibes to be right, and like for the youth, so cause we living, you know, the youth is the future of tomorrow self. And all we got youths out there, we ain't want them to be like that kind of way.
Yeah, everybody saying that a good do come out the point. But I live out here for 20 years now, and every day you see saying good can out the point, so I can't see anything good is where I come from. But yeah,
we're seeing progress amongst the youths and the people and things, so I feel that the ministers now should come out and see that it's progress on the block, the youths coming together, ain't no violence, the vibe's good. So it'd be worthwhile now to occupy the youth's mind, get them work and thing, you know, help them out and keep them on a positive and more spiritual vibe.
Commentator Ivan Speedforce says football is loved by all people in the Pine.
Once the Pine together, there's no community in the world that could do the things that Pinelands does. And I got to say, it was a blessing this year for the Pinelands, you know, because everything that we do this year, football is the leader of the Pine. Football is like the food of the Pine. Once football itself in the Pine will live good, you know, and that's the only thing I know. There's no politician, nobody, only body who can bring the Pine together is football.
So this Sunday at the Parkinson Field, 2 teams, Academics and Dungeon, will play for the Unity and Respect Trophy, a symbol of what the Pinelands community has worked